rolling for today's session. Hello, everybody. So, today's topic is networking. As I mentioned, this was a few days back. This was scheduled, but due to power failure at my end, this couldn't be conducted. So, this is at the end of our webinar series for Skill Growth Camp, and with a very, very heartfelt gratitude towards each of you who kept attending several webinars, several topic of ours. We are very, very grateful and motivated that we could do the difference that we wanted for the student community. So welcome on board. Today's topic is networking. It comes under electrical engineering stream, but open for everybody and anybody from any kind of field. So networking, of course, connect the dots. That's what it means, and that's what this area is. However, before I start the session, I would love to introduce myself as the host of today and all the entire series. So whoever is new, I would like you to know that who is going to be a host for today. So I'm Ankita. I'm founder of Education Street. I'm myself an IT engineer. Later I worked as a software engineer with Tech Mahindra. Post that, I moved to London to do my MBA in University of Leeds. I gave my GMAT. I studied there. I was out when there was clear recession in 2009 with an MBA and a finance degree. However, what saved me was the profile, the skilling, which I kept doing every year on year. And amidst the recession, I had a job with British Petroleum in London, and I worked there for a year and a half. With a very strong calling towards counseling, I did a diploma in UK counsel along with my MBA, and that gave me a path and a career and ideas to move ahead in 2010, come back to India and start Education Street in 2010. 10 years from now, 2020, 10 glorious years of helping thousands and thousands students as a career advisor, mentor, and guide. So this is how I come to you, and this is how I am in front of you to host today's webinar. So this brings me to the start. So today's agenda is very crisp and clear. Of course, I'm not here to give you a lot of technical details about networking. I'm sure your textbooks and your understanding is already there. However, I would touch on the basics and the fundamentals, and I would move to the career paths, the certifications, the areas, the skilling that you can do in this area if you're very passionate about networking. So we will talk about different types of networks, network security, wireless network, careers and future in networking, and profile building, which is the very important point in this entire series. So of course, we start with the very fundamental question: what is a network? So a network is formed when two or more computers are linked together. Very basic, very understanding. Every computer or device can send and receive data from the devices connected in the network. A computer not part of a network is called as a standalone computer. That's why I started in the start. Networking is nothing but connecting the dots. So many devices right now around us. So many devices which are coming up in the market every year, every minute, every second. So more the devices, more the importance of networking. Because if they're not connected to different devices, they're not connected to Wi-Fi, they are not connected to wireless technologies, they are of actually very less usage to us, and hence this is made possible only by networking, and hence it has an immense importance. However, I know from my own experience, and as I hear from students, this area of career is always seen something which is lying in a cupboard, but we are not looking much forward towards it. But this is a very, very backbone of the entire industry, and hence networking has a lot of potential. The different types of networking and network topology are in the picture as mesh, ring, star, tree, bus. There are different kind of topology. For the starters, topology is an arrangement of a network which comprises of nodes and connecting lines via sender and receiver is referred as network topology. So that is what topology means. Now the mesh ring, star, tree, bus, they all are very clear on what kind of networking is there behind them. They serve different purposes, and hence there are different kind of networking available according to the requirements of the client and the customer. So the mesh, each device is connected to each other. The ring, everyone is there in a circle wherein you are basically connected to the neighbors. The star, four devices connected to one hub. Tree is basically known as hybrid, very useful to expand network with devices. This is mainly seen in corporates, MNCs, big places, big companies and stuff. The bus topology is every device is connected to a single cable. This is depending, as I said, on what purpose are you serving in that network. So different types of networks, we saw different network topology. Different type of networks are like LAN, WAN, MAN, CAN and HAN. These are the 5 networks which are seen very commonly in the market. LAN is a basic type, covers small geographical areas like offices, schools, and homes, which we normally have it in our vicinity or in our homes. WAN is connected devices across cities, countries through radio signals, telephones, and lines. So, this is how we are connected globally. MAN is to be used only in the city through wireless mediums. So these are the example of smart cities, how they are being connected within the range of few kilometers. The CAN is basically the campus networks, mainly defense, very secure places use that, so that there are no interruption, no barging, no external entity allowed to come in. So it's a very secured way which you see in schools, colleges, which require only students or the very critical areas like defense, military, navy and other areas. And HAN is nothing but very similar to LAN only, but the area is very clear. It is basically your home network, whereas several devices like mobiles, TVs, your laptops are connected to Wi-Fi. So this is the 5 versions of different types of networks. Very traditional style, but I am coming to where the industry is progressing now. As everything, so earlier also network security was very important, but now guys, we have moved a lot towards online. Everything we do right now, right from mobile banking to online shopping, everything requires very critical it has a lot of critical information of yours, and hence network security has never been so important as it is right now. So network security refers to the measures taken by any enterprise or organization to secure its computer network and data using both hardware and software systems. Networking is a lot about hardware and software, but hardware is the major component, but it is both in combination. So in this case, we require physical network security, we require technical network security, and we require administrative network security. So once you have set up the topology of the network, once you have actually made the system, the future is basically to start with the security of your entire network, which is a very important. So what are the different kind of securities? Email security, mobile security, data protection, access control, anti-malware. Sorry guys, uh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Malware, data protection, firewalls. These are the varied types of network security required. So in this case, basically, what are these? In a very basic things, organizations have large networks and data which is on it. Even communication, so cyber threat is their major concern. Hence, this area has huge potential as a career if you're looking forward for. Firewalls are basically barrier between trusted network and untrusted trusted network. So a network engineer needs to have real good knowledge about different updated firewalls. Unfortunately, what we have in our books are very traditional, very outdated, and very preliminary kind of firewalls. The reality is there are more complex, more complicated, and different versions of firewalls which have already been coming in the market. So you have the responsibility to update yourself and get the best updated information. Access control: not everyone can be given access to your network. So to keep the hackers at bay, you need security policies. The third, anti-malware. So malware stands for malicious software which comes into your system, crashes your system, removes important data, and a lot more chaos. So it consists of worms, viruses, spywares, and trojans. Guys, it is said that every day there are new kind of it. Can you beat it? Every day new enemies, every day unknown territory, and hence it is a very progressive area. Then coming to mobile security. Of course, we want the entire OS, entire mobile to be secure because we have a lot of data behind it. And email security, because we have all heard about phishing, right guys? There are so many emails wherein people send across and we believe them and we do some transactions and our money is sniped away. This is really happening with a lot of us around us, and it is not that it cannot happen to you. It can happen to even the best sane and the most smartest person in this world as well. So these things are very smart and critical. So these are different kind of network security. So I feel if you are interested towards networking, network security is one of the very important area to build your expertise into. Coming to the second one, which is wireless network. A wireless local area network uses radio waves to connect devices such as laptops and mobile phones to the internet and to your business network and its application. So this is what we already know. The WAN, LAN, and PAN. These are all things which we already know. There's a huge revolution which is coming in this networking and wireless networking is 5G. We already saw what 4G did. It brought a lot of devices connected. It brought a lot of transactions which started to happen because connectivity became a very possible thing. Now imagine that we are going ahead and we are going for 5G. So just to give you an example, which I already spoke about 5G in my telecommunication webinar. So in case you missed that, you can go and check what actually 5G is, what principles, what fundamentals, and what new revolution it is going to bring in. But as an example, which I think gives a very big clarity, that now when earlier at 4G we take around 7 minutes, 8 minutes to download an entire movie, because this is what we understand the most as students. So in this case, 5G speed is going to take only 2 seconds, and that's how rapid and fast it is going to be. With this comes in a lot of potential of new networking, new devices, new hardware, new softwares, new email securities, new network firewalls, and a lot of other things. So this is why I say networking is not something which can lie in your cupboard and you think about it as something very absolute. No, without this, there is no connecting the dots. Without this, there is no possibility that we can have advancement in IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and XYZ. So wireless network with 5G is going to be a new area with new skills required by the employers, and hence there is going to be a huge requirement in this case. So the top 5 career domains in networking are these: routing and switching, security, VoIP, and data centers. So let me introduce them by one. So routing and switching is a basic functionality and hence first skill required in networking. So this is basically the first skill which we already learned from our textbooks and areas. Without a routing and switching, we would actually be not able to set a right network, a secured network, and choosing the right network topology and other areas. So that is why it is very important that networking has this as one of the most common and the most strongest career domain is routing and switching. The second one is VoIP. We have all seen the emergence of video chats, video conferences, apps like Zoom, Zoho, what we are using currently, and a lot of others have seen a huge jump, have seen a huge growth. Can you look at these companies just 3 years or 2 years down the line? There was no one who were using or thinking of offices going on videos, chats, and webinar rooms and clusters. But now with VoIP has seen a huge transformation. Ideally, quarantine has given us a major outlook towards it. Schooling, teaching, tutoring, healthcare, a lot of areas have started using video chats and video platforms and video conferences. Why? Because this is the need of the hour, and what we would have seen a huge emergence and a huge thing in next 5 years, just 2 months, and we have realized the importance, and it is going nowhere. So a lot of future businesses are going to work on VoIP. So if you are looking forward to make a career in networking with new trends, this is one which you should keep an eye on. Security. So of course, as I mentioned, I cannot give a lot of words how much it is important that security is a major crisis. The moment we think of making a mobile transaction, the moment we think of using a new app and making that financial transaction, don't we all get scared whether it is secured or not? This is the first question, and that's why a lot of people stop doing it, and they still prefer a physical movement or not having trust. But therefore, every business, may it be small, medium, or any scale, security of the network is very important. The client, the customer, the other entities should feel that this is a trusted network. This is only possible if you have done the right security, firewalls, anti-malwares, you have the right structure of a network. Hence, security is of immense importance. And the fourth area is data center. With billions of devices getting added every year and every now and then, with so much of emergence of just not the laptops, the mobiles, the computer systems, now we also have internet of things. So slowly and foremost, even your washing machine, your ACs, your music systems and whatnot are all going to be devices with sensors, and hence they are going to communicate with each other. This means that there are going to be so much of data, there is going to be so much of things, there are actually good data centers required by the telecom companies. Now these data centers are already existing, and in fact data sector, this domain comes in light as huge demand for centralized networking, distributed computing and networks. Roles like data center networking, data center analyst, network engineer, technicians, all these are real need. If you have read the recent news, Geo has come up with 6 new data centers in Maharashtra, which are as huge that, with so much of employment and so many network engineers required there, because it is going to have a huge setup for these new Geo members, new Geo, the online mart which they are coming up with, Facebook and other things. So networking is here to stay, and networking is here to shine. So I hope I've given you the career paths ahead in this traditional field, and I hope that is going to serve the best. Now coming to few certifications. So what do I do if I'm interested in it? You try and explore, you learn and you experiment. That's what I suggest. So there are a lot of networking certifications, but these ones are the best. So basically Cisco and Juniper, these are the two very pioneer companies which give certification for networking professional. So certifications like CCNP, JNCIE, F5, AWS, CCIE, these are real top-notch certificates, and they are said to be the top 5 requirement by the employers. So this is where you can start with. This is where I would say that will help you to enrich your profile, experiment, also check the water whether you like it or you don't like it. So this is my first and foremost suggestion. And as I said, Cisco is a major pioneer. I would like to apprise you with the certificates that they provide. The basic and the most starting one is CCNT, so Cisco Certified Entry Working Networking Technician. I would say engineers don't need to do this, so you can jump directly to CCNA, so Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is where you should start with. With a work experience of 1 or 2 years, you can jump to CCNP. With 3 years of experience, you can jump to CCIE. And at the end, once you've cleared all these level with required marks and grades, you become a Cisco Certified Architect. This gives you grade upgradation, real good jobs, good placements, good salaries, challenging roles, and whatnot. And also, this will be a very, very good point for you to learn. Then, also, while you're doing your engineering, you can do internships, you can do projects, you can write papers. So, there are so many avenues, but we miss this. A lot of you might be aware of Cisco certifications, but you haven't started it because you're waiting for some push, or I don't know for what. But this is where you need to start and explore. So these are varied Cisco certification. Now, of course, with networking, you're looking forward ahead to be a network engineer. The roles are very clear: implementing enterprise network solution, configuring network security, maintaining the network infrastructure, and troubleshooting any issues in the network. These are the normal roles which you start with. Certifications, I already spoke about: CCNA, CCNP, CCIE. This is what every company looks forward for every graduate to do and achieve. In fact, it is a very common norm for every network engineer. And hence, if you do it right now while you're doing engineering, you not only learn the subject matter earlier, but you also realize, and that's what you want to do, that whether you want to go ahead in this career or not, whether you like it or not. And hence, while you're doing engineering is the best time to experiment and explore. The skills required are varied, like communication, troubleshooting, testing, protocol, structure, programming skills. All these together makes a very good, strong network engineer. The salaries range from $50,000 to $70,000. However, more complicated roles, more complicated networks, the salaries go as high as $100,000. So experience and knowledge is the key here. And if you start early, you have better experience, and of course, you would have better knowledge. So that is why that is the key, and you should start rolling now. The future of networking, apart from network security and wireless network, of course, is what is going to be a new norm with 5G and edge computing. So, as I mentioned earlier, 5G is bringing a huge revolution. Check my telecommunication webinar for further details. But 5G is going to work on a very different network. It is not very similar with 4G, and hence there is new skills required, new devices, new networking, and a lot further. So hence it is very, very important that you grip yourself with the knowledge, so that while you finish your engineering, when you are sitting in front of an employer, you actually sound as a wizard who can speak about these trends, who can speak about these areas and opportunities. Edge computing is basically how Internet of Things is absolutely bringing in a great opportunity. Communication has never been so rampant and rapid. Just imagine your machineries, your cars, your mobiles, your devices, all are going to be connected because of network. More security required, more data to be stored in cloud, more data centers required. So this is where the future is moving further, more and more of it. So hence, networking is not going anywhere. In fact, networking is bringing a huge demand in change, and hence new hardwares, new products are going to be in market, and hence new expertise is going to be required. And at the end, I also want to put a food for thought that we all use Wi-Fi. That's our lifeline currently and has been always. Wi-Fi 6 is going to be rolled out the moment 5G comes in. So basically, what is Wi-Fi 6? It enables next generation Wi-Fi connectivity, enabling high capacity coverage, performance, and security. Nothing too complicated, guys. So as you see that 5G is going to bring huge speed to your devices, it cannot happen if you do not have the right devices, the right routers, the right switching modules, the hubs, and varied other things. And 5G cannot work only on the current setup. There has to be changes in the current network, the products, and other things. So Wi-Fi 6 provides a more consistent and reliable network connection with seamless experience for users, IoT, voice, and video. So there are new products, new areas of networking which are opening up, because speed would be there, but if it will not reach you, it is all going to go in waste. So Wi-Fi 6 is a new IEEE version wherein there has been new protocols and new areas for networking which have been set out. 5G is something which has already been loaded out. So don't think that it is going to be future. It is absolutely not future anymore. It is the onset of 5G. So of course it cannot happen in day one. It happens in stages, but 5G is here to stay till 2032. That is what the version is. So the next 12 years is all going to be about 5G and getting it established in all possible ways. So IoT, AI, ML, all of these, all the new smart intelligent machines, your new cars, and everything are going to be very well connected to each other because of this advancement in technology. So the key benefits of Wi-Fi are basically higher data rates, so you will have more speed, increased capacity, performance in environments with many connected devices. Of course, now you see, right? Earlier there was one system in the house connected to a laptop. Now it no more functions that way. We have almost 5 to 6 devices in one house which needs connection with Wi-Fi, and hence there is a better revision of these products, routers at your place. Improved power efficiency. We need products which are more power efficient, doesn't pull a lot of electricity, because we need to conserve our environment as well. So these are the new benefits, these are the new areas. I hope I could bring out a lot of awareness in this traditional field of networking, and I hope this was useful for you. So of course there are varied resources where you can go and study. Coursera, Udemy, Circuit Digest, Linda, a lot of these areas have very good certifications. Of course, the ones which I spoke about, Cisco, you all know about it. If not, please Google it. That would be the food for thought. These are your starting points. However, the best option is to go to a university in future and do a master's in networking, or master's in electronic, or master's in telecommunication, whatever suits you the best. So this will give you a lot of areas, but still certification still is important. So each semester can be planned well. So if you are an engineering student in second semester, third semester, wherever you are, guys, the future is in your hand. Do not worry about what the economy is like. It will change, it will rise, but will you rise is in your hand. So each semester plan it so well that you have made the best out of your time. First semester you do CCNA, the second semester you probably learning some programming language, you're doing third semester you're doing some internship, fourth semester you're doing a project, and on and on. This is how charged I should be, because if I don't, I miss the boat and I compromise. And this important part, we would love to offer you PBM, which is profile building mentoring. At Education Street, we see a huge difference if you have really paid attention for your profile building. So if you want to build your fort, PBM is for you. PBM is an intensive and customized mentoring program. designed to provide you with the skills and advantages you need to find a good job or university admission after your bachelor's. So most of you, after your engineering or after your bachelor's, whatever you do, you have two opportunities. One is either you would do a job, or second you would go for a master's. In both cases, if you have a good profile with good areas, good resume, you are going to shine and you are going to get the best. So if you want to rise up, we are there for you, or you risk it all. So what do we offer in PBM? We offer you to exposure to right skills. We set a roadmap so that you are focused and you don't lose your vision over what you want to achieve in this semester. We choose the right courses for you because not all courses offered in the market are relevant and good. We offer you industry trends, so there are a lot of newsletters that we follow upon with. We have good internship opportunities which we share with you. Entrepreneurship club, we connect you in case if you want to go and start something of your own, and at the end the outcome is a very strong profile. This is for PBM, is for every student from any discipline of engineering. You could be in your first year, your second year, or any bachelor's. It is also for people who want to switch fields. So if you're from some other field but want to come to networking, you're more than welcome. But you need to make the right steps to achieve that area. The outcome which we have seen year on year, it's been 10 years Education State has been offering all kind of services in profile building and studying abroad. So power pack skills, identification of what after bachelor's. You would be surprised, 90% of the student community after they finish their engineering or bachelor's are still clueless where they want to take their career. What they do, they follow the herd. They do something which everybody is doing and be miserable and sulk and brood that they made a wrong choice because they actually did not pay attention when they had to. So we will not let that happen to you. We will make you job relevant. We will help you with the admission so that you get scholarships abroad. You will give at the end a very high confidence and character. So we will help you unleash your shine. So let us be a part of your journey. This with a very less price that we offer right now. So typical our prices are for 10,000, whatever may be your bachelor duration. So early the best, that is going to give you a better opportunity. And the offer price right now for all the attendees of PBM is 7,000. So I hope the price is really very cheap, and this PBM is continuous process. It is not a one-time step which we do. So the first session is basically a primary profile counseling. I as Ankita and my senior counselors will be sitting and listening to you about your profile, getting your profile edge, and this session we would actually do online or physically wherever you are. Roadmap for next 3 months. So we will list skills, certification, internships and activities to capitalize in your profile. So we will set a roadmap for 3 months so that it is tracked and it is not lost in between. So we will see, and after this, as I said, it is in loop. We will keep building this every 2 or 3 months as required, and the process will continue until your bachelor's is over. So at the end, you have a very strong profile. Few questions. First, lot of courses and certification available online. What will you do extra in this? Exactly. Loads of options, confusion max. And that is why I say that you need an expert and mentor so that you save upon your time and money, and we help you to achieve your goals. Is the price for entire duration? Yes, indeed. It is for the 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, whatever your bachelor duration is, we will help and support you. If you are a working professional, we help in those as well. So it is going to be valid for 2 years of us supporting you to actually get your profile built well enough. So the payments for courses and training selected for you would be separate. How is PBM delivered? It is online. So wherever you are, it doesn't matter. And right now, technology has already proved that. So we don't have to worry upon that. Video chats, emails, and phone calls are the best way that we communicate with you. If you're in Mumbai, we would love to be in touch. We would love to see you because we have 3 offices in Mumbai. As I said, we are also studying abroad counselors, and we have a complete team and expert matter, and we are actually what we do the in best quality, and we do clean counseling. So counseling, coaching, visa made be for UK, New Zealand, Ireland, US, Canada, Germany, Europe. We do almost all countries, which will serve you the best if you're looking out for going for masters in whichever stream or an MBA in whichever stream. So if you're looking for studying abroad, Education Street can be your partner. Now, we really want to appreciate your time and efforts to be with us on so many webinar series, and it has been a very overwhelming experience for us. So, this is a certificate which we have given for every topic that you attended. So, this will reach you in 2 or 3 days. Sorry if it comes little later, but you can inform us. But typically, my team arranges that it reaches you in 2 to 3 days. So, this is the certificate which we will be giving you as every attendee. We would love the feedback of yours, and hence if you tag us with @Education Street, we will also courier you a hard copy. Please, please, please be in touch with us. Our social media handle is Education Street. Our 3 offices in Mumbai is at Mulund, Vashi and Vileparle. My email ID, in case if you want to discuss your personal profiles, it's ankita@educationstreet.in. And as my team has already shared the social media handles, I would sincerely request, please be in touch so that we can actually help you out in whatever areas are you looking out